them, and this is why seeing a lactation consultant, ask them, say, I want you to show me how to do this. I mean, the goal is not for you to do this. You do this all day, but I'm the one that has to go home and do this again at home. And so can you show me, how I can do it, and then practice. And that, as a private lactation consultant, that's something that I really work with my clients. Is I don't want to be the one doing it, because I'm not going to be there every time the baby feeds.
That's good.
So my goal is to teach them how to do it themselves. And so ask them, and they will, and tell them that reason. Say, I want to be able to do this when I get home. And unless you're coming home with me, you need to show me how to do it.
How quickly after birth do they suggest to get the baby out?
Within a couple hours, so that if it's a vaginal birth with no complications, the baby can go right to you, skin to skin, and the baby can be with you for the first 2 hours. There's nothing that they need to do with the baby that they need to take the baby away. They can, if they do the heel prick, and it's on you. And this is good. The first couple hours of a baby's right after birth is sometimes the baby's most alert time. So having them there, skin to skin, you have your shirt off, the baby just in a diaper. Having baby skin to skin with you, it has a lot of really good benefits. It gets your hormones going. It's good for milk supply. It kind of starts that oxytocin, we call it the mothering hormone, or kind of that high. Having your baby on you, skin to skin, gets that hormone going. It also helps the babies to latch. When babies spend time with their moms with skin to skin, their instincts to latch and start rooting are kicked in. So the more time that you can spend with your baby in those first 2 hours, and then after that, babies get pretty sleepy. I mean, they've been through labor and delivery as well, so they're usually pretty tired, and they may sleep for a little while.
Do most of you have skin to skin right after birth?
Yeah. No. Well, no, because I had a C-section, so they took him and they sewed me, and then they wrapped him, and they took me to the recovery, and that's when they put him.
Right, and sometimes depending on the birth, there may be extenuating circumstances where you may not be able to have the baby, but even in a cesarean, you can ask, as long as there are no complications, you can ask. I think the biggest concern with the cesarean is depending on how numb you are, if you can't hold the baby, but if there's somebody, if you have a support person with you that can maybe hold the baby near you for a little while, you can ask for that.
Because I was in the recovery room, I was holding him, but I put my arm.
So yeah, so having a support person there. Skin to skin, now we're not getting quite the same benefits, but other people can do skin to skin too. So dads can do skin to skin, other family members, grandmas. It's good for the baby for other reasons other than just breastfeeding. It regulates their heartbeat, it regulates their temperature, their oxygen levels. So if mom isn't able to do it because of maybe something with labor and delivery, and I mean, I hear stories about dads ripping off their shirts and putting that baby right there. So.
Yeah,
was there a question back there?
I was going to ask, what happens if someone has postpartum depression? Do you still breastfeed?
Yes, definitely.
My cousin has that. He doesn't breastfeed.
So breastfeeding, it releases hormones and kind of feel good. That oxytocin, which is kind of the feel good mothering hormone, breastfeeding can actually release those, which can help ward off postpartum depression. It's not a given, it's not a guarantee, and it's not that it will completely prevent it, but it can help. If you are suffering from postpartum depression, sometimes challenges that you have with breastfeeding can be more difficult to handle. It's a pretty, it's an intense time, it's a new skill, and that's the other thing, is that breastfeeding it's one of these things. I think, I know before I had my kids, I thought that breastfeeding was just going to be this natural thing, that this is what we were born to do, and the baby was going to come out of me and I was going to scoop her up and put her to breast, and it did not look like that for me at all. I had crazy challenges